Hey everyone, welcome back. Got some footage from the Watsonville crit this past weekend. This is a pretty technical crit that we've got out here in NorCal. So because of the nature of the course, we thought that there might be a breakaway. And here's one such early attempt that I'm going to jump across and cover. And this particular break had myself from Altavelo and Teams Mike Spikes in purple and Project 74 in white, which those are the two big teams I would say in this field that we were most worried about. So when I got into this break, I thought the composition was pretty good, but you'll see the Project 74 guy is going to try to wave the Mike Spikes rider through, and he's not interested in working, which made me kind of not interested in working. You don't want to carry around dead weight that can get you at the finish line. So I guess Mike Spikes wanted a different guy in the break. So we stayed out here for a little bit, but this was ultimately doomed. So I'll just show you the course while we are off the front here. So that's the finishing stretch there. You come up to the finish line at the top of that little hill. It's not very steep or super long, but there's definitely some elevation. And then drop down towards corner one, and there's this gutter across the street that you could really bang rim on there. And then pretty sharp first corner out of the awkward gutter situation. And then the second corner also has a gutter coming into it. You kind of do most of the turning, and then you just got to take that one. And the rest of the corners are fairly normal compared to those two. They weren't super bad once you figured them out. The first one, I definitely, my wheels were making some ugly noises some laps if you weren't paying attention and the gutter kind of snuck up on you. But yeah, these corners are much better. Could pedal through them. They weren't a big deal. Came to the front here. I think I was trying to counter our own move as we were about to get caught. This stretch is a little bit longer into the final corner, and then there's plenty of room on the outside there into this slight rise up to the finish. There's a little bit of wind. It was a headwind on that second to last straight, but it didn't really play a big factor since we were kind of protected in the trees and houses here. And so I think this is where our move gets brought back, and you'll see the counterattack going already with my teammate Jack there, and all the other big teams swarming to get on it. So we were pretty active for the first 15 minutes. We really wanted to make the move, and then crash there, lets this little gap go open, and I didn't realize during the race, but this was, I'm pretty sure, when the breakaway went. I think you can just see them sneaking away. And I think I didn't notice that because I was a little bit preoccupied with the crash happening in front of me. I think I maybe overreacted with the brakes, but I would rather not go down and have to, pedal a little bit harder to make up for it than hit the pavement. So I had to close this gap a little bit, and I think the brake is going while I'm closing this gap. So I was actually fairly close to the front, but got a little bit preoccupied with the crash and ended up just missing it, which is a little bit frustrating. Had been in a couple of different moves already, and we've been pretty well represented as a team in a lot of the moves so far. We had 5 guys, so lots of representation in the early moves. So we're definitely a little bummed after the race that we missed the one that finally stuck. The move that stuck had Mike Spikes, Project 74, and Volet in it. So Tayroon, this pink team, you can see, missed it. But if you look after the first guy in pink, the next 6 riders are all have a teammate in the break. So they're just up there, clogging up the front. That's just good teamwork. That's what you should be doing when your teammates are off the front. And on a technical course like this, it works really well. If you're taking those first 6 positions through all these corners, it's hard for people to come around. We'll see the same thing at the end in the sprint. They were clogging up all the front positions even still then. So the break of 3 ends up rolling, and there was some chase effort throughout, but this course is a little bit hard to chase on just because of all the corners. And there wasn't any like major effort. There'd only be like 1 or 2 guys chasing, so we kind of let them roll away. It was a little sketchy. This is, we just went through 3 laps to go, getting down to the end of things. I've been riding in like the first 20 wheels pretty much all race, which on a technical course saves you a lot of energy. If you don't have to deal with the accordion, you get to take better lines through all the corners, and you don't have to put on as much power out of every corner. Just makes your life a lot easier. And so we were coming through the start-finish pretty slow that last lap, so it definitely swarmed up a little bit, and you can see it's still like pretty swarmed up for the majority of the lap. We were going like 2 or 3 wide through all those corners, which wasn't normal on most laps, I would say, or at least not near the front. It wasn't like that. But end of the race, everybody wants to be in the front. There's only 10 spots at the front, and there's probably 30 people that want to be in them. So it doesn't quite work out. Yeah, still all across the road. I think once we come to 2 to go, it's going to get lit up a little bit here. And kind of knew that was coming. And on this course, I think position is more important than like how good your final sprint is. So I wanted to be in a good spot, with 1 to go, which means you have to be in a good spot on 2 to go. You can see there's an attack going, which is going to string it out a little bit. I'm not in an awful spot. I'm a little bit too far back. Yeah, could be a few more wheels further up, but it's not horrendous. There's still a lot more guys behind me than there are in front of me. This little solo flyer here, I think he almost stuck it to the line. Got caught like out of the last corner maybe. But you can see all the Mike Spikes and 74 guys still up here controlling the front. And I think they're going to keep the pace on us. Oh, it's 2 guys. Because the break is gone at this point, so we're sprinting for 4th place. And Mike's and Project 74 were definitely still interested in getting, the rest of those spots in the top 5. So since we're coming into 1 to go, having a little bit of a urgency here. Everybody's kind of soft pedaling, so I just kept momentum going up the left. Got some spots for free. There weren't a lot of places that you could get spots on this course, so I had to take the opportunity whenever they presented themselves. So this is 1 to go now, and got a couple more spots back on the hill, and now we're coming down into this first corner. Try to be late on the brakes. All the lines ended up being pretty good through that corner in the race, I would say. And now just a couple more corners left. I think I get a position coming out of this corner. People were definitely slowing down a little bit too much for it. Yeah. Get one on the outside. Takes a lot of watts though. That was like me uncorking a full sprint just to get 1 spot there. And coming into this, you'll see a bunch of guys sit up on the left. Oh, go up on the curb. I didn't notice that during the race. And one guy sneaks back under me while I was kind of reacting to that confusion. And this sprint, you'll see nothing changes out of the last corner. Kind of hold the positions we're all in. It's not a super long run-in when you're going this fast. So ended up in 11th place, which not bad. I wanted to be in the top 10, so close. Super fun crit though. Love these technical NorCal circuits we get. So thanks for watching, everyone.